Hello everyone, today we're at the southern end of Lamington National Park and there's a fence here, and we're going to be hiking to Larapinta Falls, which is meant to be probably the best waterfall in Lamington National Park, although there's no track to it, which seems a bit strange to me. But you take a track to a place called Westroads Grave, and there's a fair bit of history to that, but I'll talk you through that later. And then pretty much you hike up the creek for a couple of kilometres to the falls, which are meant to be at least 50 metres high, and with a reasonable flow of water. 11 kilometres return the hike is. I've heard estimates of the time between 4 and 8 hours, but we'll just have to find out, I suppose. It's a perfect day out for hiking, really. About 28 degrees, mostly sunny. Anyway, I'll see you a bit further along. Actually, the other thing worth mentioning is that the track starts off through private property. There's someone's house right there. So the first 150 metres are through private property, so respect that and don't go jumping any fences if you come here. But then after that, you're in the national park. So 150 metres in, I've come to a fork. Road goes up that way to someone's house, and then down this way is where the trail goes. And we're now officially entering the national park. So I'm now in Christmas Creek, and there's that log there that provides a crossing point when the water's high. But today, given the pretty low flow, I think it'd be easier just to hop across here. Then the trail should resume where that log ends. Although we haven't been going very long yet, the track, as you can see, is in pretty good condition. Wide enough and very easy to follow. I wasn't really sure what to expect, to be honest. It might deteriorate later, but so far it's really nice. Well, the track's started to get a bit rougher. It's still pretty easy to follow because there's all those markers and stuff, but there's a lot more to sense up and down these little gullies and stuff. The surface is quite rocky and rooty at times. But still, if you know what you're doing in the bush, it's not that difficult. Well, we're nearing Westroads Grave. I've just come to this really cute little waterfall along the creek. No more than about 4 metres high, but as you can see, it's got a really nice swimming pool below it. And the track's just in there. A really gorgeous spot. Now, one thing to be aware of is the stinging plants they have here, and my knowledge of Queensland trees isn't great, so I'm not sure if this is actually it, but they have leaves that look pretty much like that. I'm not sure if that's one or not, but if you get stung by them, apparently it's like excruciatingly painful, and the pain can actually linger around for about 3 months afterwards, I've heard, so probably something best to avoid. But all I really know is they have like fairly big kind of heart-shaped leaves. I'm not really sure if they're vines or trees or whatever, but I think the leaves look something like that. Well, I've hit a fork in the road, track to Stinson Wreck, up that way. So that's pretty steep, but we keep going along this way to Westroads Grave. I may as well give you a bit of background now. So basically, Stinson Wreck is named after a plane that was crashed by 3 guys like in the 1930s, I think. And they had crashed in like the middle of nowhere on these slopes that were at this stage completely uncharted. And the wreck of the plane is still up there, but it's about a 400 metre climb up from the creek. So it's not really something I'm too keen to do. But one of the 3 men went to look for help, and he ended up falling off a waterfall on one of these creeks and dying, and his name was Westray, and this is his grave, or at least a memorial to him that we're about to get to now. But that's pretty much it. So it's up at O'Reilly's, like the big visitor centre there. They've reconstructed the plane so people can actually like see what it looks like, but you can only imagine what it would be like stranded in this sort of terrain with no tracks and no idea where you are. It'd be pretty scary, I reckon. Anyway, I'll see you when I get to the grave. Well, we've arrived at Westroads Grave now. There's a sign there, and the actual memorial is just here. Took us just over an hour to get to this point. Jim Westroads, and there's a bunch of stuff written there, but a bit hard to read. 1937 he died, so I was pretty much right in my guesstimate of the time. So from here it's about an hour further, I think, to the falls, and we'll go check that out after we've had a bit of a rest here. Well, just left Westroads Grave, and it's now going to be a hike up the creek, basically, up the left fork of it. There's no track from here, but there'll be some marker tapes and the like, and when you can't get lost, it's just hiking up a creek. Well, I've come to a fork in Christmas Creek. That right fork, I'm not sure where it goes, but to get to Larapinta Falls, you have to come up the left fork here. This is maybe 10 or 15 minutes from Westroads Grave. Just heading up the creek. The flow looks very low, but it's still flowing okay. Probably about a kilometre further upstream to the waterfall. For someone like myself who really enjoys rock hopping, it's a really good hike actually. There's all these huge boulders through the river. And the rainforest is just amazing. Well, I've made it to the amazing Larapinta Falls. It's at least 50 metres high. Spectacular sight. Easily my favourite, I reckon, of the Lamington National Park waterfall. It's just so amazing. It's just isolated, and definitely going to have a swim under there. It almost has a bit of a Hawaii vibe to it actually. Just an incredible spot. Well, we're getting close to the end of the walk now. It's a really great walk, to be honest. It's 5 hours return. You probably give yourself an hour and a half to the grave, another hour to the falls each way. I mean, it's a difficult hike, especially the part where you're just walking up the creek through the boulders and that, but it's very worthwhile, and I mean, by off-track hiking standard, it's not that bad. I will definitely want to come back here when there's more water flowing, but it retains pretty good flow all year. So it's a good spot to visit whenever you come, and also a really good spot to have a swim at the pool below the falls. Anyway, that's it from me. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.